I'm Dave Patrick, and it's Til Death Investigations.
Have you ever wondered what it'd be like to live in a mansion, or thought how such a structure could be afforded? I have. As a kid, I'd stare out the window of the car and watch as we passed by old buildings, intrigued by what might have been. What does the interior look like? Why was it left behind? As I grew older, I found myself asking the same questions. Once I was able to dig deeper into the rich history behind these buildings, their stories would start to come to light. But to get a chance to set foot inside one of these structures would seem impossible, until today. Today we make that a reality, much like Chester Wickwire, who had this mansion built for his family. Chester first laid eyes on an immense stone structure while on a business trip in New York City. He knew immediately that he wanted to make a similar structure for his family. Chester had one of the most successful businesses in his county, and it was time to start a new chapter with this new home. From limestone exteriors, ornate woodwork, stenciled and freehand painted walls, ceilings, and much more, Chester's home is finally complete, costing him about $75,000. Sounds too good to be true, right? But back in 1890, that was the case. With only $75,000, Chester was able to build a stunning limestone mansion with exquisite interior, the kind of craftsmanship you just don't see nowadays. With all of Chester and his wife Ardell's personal touches throughout this mansion, and lots of family memories held within these walls, it's no surprise that you may hear or possibly see remnants of past residents roaming the halls. So come along with us as we step back in time and weave our way through the halls of the 1890s house here in Cortland, New York.
So, tonight, we are joined by Dream Seekers Paranormal. Bob and Cindy Coughlin, we met last year at the Sherwood while we were doing our Return to the Sherwood episode. And honestly, when we met these guys, they just bonded so well with us. And Bob, Cindy, thank you so much for inviting us to participate in an investigation here at the 1890s house.
Oh man, it's a pleasure.
And as always, every time we see each other, it's like we didn't miss a day of talking to each other.
No, I know.
You know?
I know, it's weird.
So, Dream Seekers Paranormal, you guys have been investigating for over 20 years, 20 plus years, right?
Yeah, just her and I.
Yeah.
Wow. And of course, just a little side note, every time I do see Bob and Cindy, I always call them Rogue Paranormal. Because honestly, you guys are doing so well just by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need no team. You don't need no fancy.
We have a couple of people that we use once in a while, but
Right.
yep.
Well, that's okay.
Like you guys.
No, I know. Well, we love it. So, tell us more about the 1890s house. I mean, this place is humongous.
Oh yeah, it's either 32 or 34 rooms. It was built in 1890 by Chester Wickwire and his wife Ardell. He passed in the early 1900s, and they had 3 boys.
Yep.
It was Charles, Frederick, and
I don't know the young boy.
the young boy. He had a
died
young
when
son
he was-
that died at 5 years old. He didn't die here. He died someplace else.
Yeah.
Frederick moved into the house after Chester and Ardell died in 1920. Did a lot of renovations in here. This atrium here was built by him.
Yep.
He changed some of the rooms around, added bathroom up in the master bedroom, which you'll see. But the predominant spirits that are here, we believe, are Frederick, his wife Marion. She died in the house.
Yes.
Okay. Chester died in the house, and Ardell did not die in the house. But those four are the predominant spirits here.
And maybe Margaret.
And maybe Margaret
was their servant from Ireland.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And she may be here.
She may be here.
There's some people that think she's still here.
And a little girl.
There is a little girl here.
That we have no idea.
We've had several psychics that came in and said something about a little girl, knowing nothing. Okay, and different periods of time and everything. They always say, "Did you know there's a little girl in this house?" We have no idea where she is, who she came from, or what.
Nope.
Any communication with
Yes.
We have, yeah.
Yes.
But no names.
No names.
But she has
It's a
definitely
little
communicated
girl's
with
voice.
you. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Now you guys also are pretty much designated paranormal investigators for the 1890s house.
Yep.
The Haunted Trails of New York State have put you guys on the books pretty much.
Yep.
So I'm not worthy.
Now, we do our investigations about every 2 months. We like to give them a break.
We
in
worked
between.
super hard to get here.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah,
hard.
we tried for 2 years
it
to
was
get in
a
this
long,
place.
long
So.
road to get here. So we are so grateful
Yep.
for the 1890s house and the board and Stacy
Yes. And
For
they
giving
embrace
us-
the paranormal, which is
for
great.
giving us the opportunity.
Now, just give us a little taste of what you guys have experienced here so far.
Oh, gosh. We've had disembodied voices, disembodied whistles. Matter of fact, the last investigation here, Cindy heard a disembodied little girl's voice in this room.
Here, yeah, I was
Yep.
standing there, yeah.
In this room. We've gotten disembodied whistles in here. We've gotten EVPs. We actually got the picture of who we truly believe is Frederick Wickwire and possibly his wife Marion.
Well, we have a very special guest that's going to join us here soon, so
Yeah.
let's not go too far into that,
go
Bob.
there.
But absolutely amazing. I mean, it seems like the spirits are very more open with you guys. I mean, they like the honored guests of the house.
Yeah, well, I think they probably know how we feel about that.
Well, we come in with respect,
Yep.
and when we have the tours that we've had, everybody's been so respectful to them and to the house, and that really, I think that really helps, with the spirits because you're coming into their home.
Absolutely.
So you need to treat them with respect. But
And I think they truly believe that we love this house. The first time we came to this
so
house
attached-
was 10 years ago.
So attached to this house. It,
And
like,
the
has
first
a
time you
draw.
walk in the door, it was
Yeah.
like you were attached to it.
It
Yeah.
has such a draw to
Yep.
us. So
Well, I've only been on the first floor here, and I haven't even seen the first floor
Oh,
completely.
just wait.
So
Just wait.
we're definitely going to get into it.
Yeah, the good stuff's coming.
yeah.
So as Bob and Cindy have mentioned, they provide guided tours here at the 1890s house, and quite a few of their patrons have experienced some interesting and chilling encounters. However, one of the biggest things that any investigator strives for with any investigation is a photo of a spirit. But sometimes it's the unexpected hopeful that's just out to a fun and spooky event who captures the most credible proof of evidence ever. It's my pleasure to introduce the celebrity of the evening, other than our esteemed host, Miss Fiona Martin. Fiona, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, Dave. I'm doing well tonight. Thank you for asking.
Good to hear. Well, Fiona, it's an honor and a pleasure to have you join us this evening, and unfortunate at the same time, you couldn't join us in person. Fiona is joining us via satellite, in case those wondering. Before Fiona tells us how she captured one of the best photos in the world, those at home who happen to not see the warning at the beginning of this episode, if you're sensitive to disturbing images, I would skip this part. This right here, folks, is one of the best and clearest photographic captures I've ever seen. What we have here is this room, right here. A room that is closed off to the public, mind you. Here is Fiona's photo. Now, as you may see here, it looks to be an empty room. But what do you see in the far right distance? Let's bring this in a little closer. Do you see them? To the left appears to be a young man, and to the right appears to be an older woman, both dressed in period evening clothing. Folks, these two appear to be Mr. Frederick Wickwire and possibly Mrs. Ardell Wickwire, mother and son. The detail and features are uncanny, but here are Frederick and Ardell's photos from their era next to their comparison shots. We can't deny it. Fiona, this is incredible. Walk us through what you were doing when you took this photo.
So, when I was in the 1890 house, I felt kind of drawn to this room, and we're going to go into it next. So I went in there, and I noticed that there was a room to the side that was blocked off. No one was allowed in there, but I felt kind of drawn to it. So I lifted my camera and put it right against the glass and took a picture. And I remind you, no one was in the room at the time. It was just me. And I don't know, I felt really drawn to it, so I took a couple photos, and when I was going through them at the end, I was just really amazed, because at first I thought the guy on the left was me, but after looking at it longer and longer, I realized I was wearing pink that night, and that person looks nothing like me, so it was a really crazy experience.
So you felt drawn to this room in a way?
I definitely felt drawn to the room. I felt like the urge to take a picture.
And this was your first ever paranormal investigation?
Yes, this was my first actual investigation where I really got to participate. When I was younger, we did like a ghost tour in Gettysburg, but it was mostly like a ghost guide where people told us what happened all throughout Gettysburg, and we didn't really get to participate that much. This is my first time actually getting to ask like a bunch of questions and use the dowsing rods, and it was a really great experience.
Well, it appears to me that Frederick and Ardell definitely chose you at the right time to have their photo taken. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, Fiona, for sharing this with Bob and Cindy, and then to us. Amazing. And tonight, we hope we get the same opportunity given to us as well by the Wickwires. Fiona, again, thank you for sharing this evidence and your story. Of course, after all formalities and interviewing our special guests, it was time to get the investigation underway. Because of the immense size of the house, and honestly just being happy to be Bob and Cindy's guests, I personally wanted to take a back seat and be guided through the hotspots of the house and document what we found. So, to start off the night, Bob and Cindy wanted to show us the basement. Of course, and cliche, it's always the basement, right? Anyways, something we thought to introduce to you guys, if you're not familiar with, are the dowsing rods. If you don't know what dowsing rods or divining rods are, these instruments are dated of being in use since the mid-1500s, and their technique of finding ores, water, buried metals, and in our case, speaking to spirits. So Bob, being a skilled dowser, wanted to show us their use.
Yeah, I'm going to turn and face you. Is the person I'm talking to right now, is it a female? If it's a female, can you please cross these two rods for me? Okay, hold them back up again, side by side. Did you happen to be married? You are, cross these rods. Are you Ardell? Are you the little girl
wow.
Thank you. We'll back up again, side by side. Thank you very much. Did you die in this home? Did you die on this property? Did somebody bring you here? Did you die near this house?
Dowsing rods.
Back up again. All right. I'm going to go through some numbers, okay? And I'd like you to cross the rods when I hit your age, okay? You understand? Thank you. All right. Let's start with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you. Back up. So let me just make sure about this. You're 7 years old, is that correct? Thank you. Do you know the Wickwires? Friends with the Wickwires at one point in time. Okay, thank you. Open the back up. Are the Wickwires here with us tonight? If they are, cross these rods. Thank you. Open it back up. All right. Is there something you can do down here? See how the right one is jumping? And now the left one's jumping, look, I'm bouncing. Bouncing up and down. That's how I know there's something here.
If you don't mind, can we do just a roll out? Whoa. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Go ahead.
No. I wanted you to continue with the dowsing rod.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to like show that you're not manipulating. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. You're here. I know you're here. I can feel you. Can you show me again by crossing the rods, please? Don't be afraid of us. Thank you so much, son. Open it back up again, side by side. Okay, now we have your age at 7 years, is that correct? Please cross the rods if it was. Thank you, honey. Okay, open it back up again. Now I'm going to ask you to do something for me, okay? What I'd like you to do, instead of crossing the rods, I would like you to open them up until I tell you to stop, okay? Stop there, stop. Okay, can you bring them back to center, please? Side by side.
It's kind of like the rods are down. You know, kind of like a little weighted. But you can't manipulate that like that. You can't, open them like that, you know?
Are you still in the room in front of me? If you're still in this room, cross these rods for me.
Especially.
Okay. What I'd like you to do, I'm going to back up a little bit and give you some room. What I'd like you to do, if you can you walk out of that room into the room I'm in, please? See how these work? You know where you are.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, honey. Do you remember us from being here before? Okay, thank you. Okay, you want to go back into that room, you can, if you'd like to. Is that your safe spot in there? Thank you.
So as you can tell, the dowsing rods are a very interesting and effective tool to use in investigations. The rods, being completely level and not very easy to manipulate, can provide some answers. So, moving on, we're going to head upstairs to the room that Fiona caught her photo and speak to another witness who encountered his own experience.
I was doing a dowsing rod session in here. So I think it was a little bit after we heard the moan whistle, which I also heard and recorded too. And I don't really know what I was sort of just like kind of reaching out, maybe back into the room behind me, I guess trying to initiate some sort of interaction. I wasn't getting anything, so then I kind of brought my attention back into this room, and when I was filming the dowsing rods, and all of a sudden over my right shoulder, so that would be in that room, kind of toward the back corner.
Chris, can you do me a favor? Stand right there for me.
So
Chris is our guinea pig.
Alright. So I was standing right about there, and I heard over my right shoulder this fairly loud exhalation. And it sounded, well, I don't know if it sounded aggressive, but it felt aggressive, like it wanted.
Just get out of that room there.
But I don't know, I was like, I don't know, because this had been my first ghost experience investigation.
Paranormal.
I feel heavy here. I feel heavy.
Like, does it feel like somebody is like?
I think it's Frederick.
No, it's Frederick's.
I feel heavy, almost that same chesty. And it's almost something touched my finger.
Yeah.
It was the children's room. Frederick. It was Chester. It was Frederick.
Frederick's child.
Gotcha.
But I'm just saying, I wonder if it's Frederick.
You feel it too?
Yeah.
I didn't really feel like that anywhere else in the house.
Right, yeah, I didn't. Maybe I should.
I got this.
I'm gonna try something. If you don't mind, I'm gonna come over into this room. Okay. Hello. Whoever's in here. Can you play with this pretty ball right here? Can you come over to that? I got it. Look at my arms. Whoever's here, can you do me a favor? What I'd like you to do, I'd like you to turn that light off for me. Okay? It's nice and dark in here. Maybe you'd like to keep it that. Thank you very much. Perfect. Can you turn it back on for me? Thank you very much. Excellent. Okay. Okay, very good. Now, can you possibly touch that ball right there? Can you touch this ball? If you touch it, the pretty lights will come on. Can we use that to answer questions? Turn it on all the way, please. Can you turn that light on all the way? Thank you very much. Okay. Now, do you think we can use that as a yes answer? Okay. Can we give it a shot? Okay, shut the light off. Shut it off all the way, please. All the way. Keep it off for a second, please. Okay, keep it off. Okay. Now, whoever's here with us, are you a male? If you're a male, turn that light on nice and bright. Are you a female? If you're a female, turn that light on nice and bright. Do you feel we're invading your space? If you would like us to leave this room, turn that light on nice and bright.
When we were in the child's room, I just felt like I wasn't welcomed in there. They didn't want me in there. They wanted me out. I was getting really anxious. I kept feeling something on my back, on my neck, and it was almost like, in a way, it felt like it was trying to push me out of the room.
Something that I should point out to you all right now, and I've mentioned this so many times in just over a year of meeting and becoming pretty good friends with Bob and Cindy. I absolutely love these guys. Like I said, it's like I've known them for years. And in some ways, I look to them as partners. However, off camera, something was affecting me while Jacob and I were standing in that sitting room while Bob was conducting a session in Frederick's room with the group. And it hurts me to even talk about it again, but for the sake of documentation and what that house felt to me, I have to tell you. I was feeling of disgust and jealousy. I truly was standing there and looking at this man who was a friend and thinking to myself, who is this guy? What makes him so special? Why ask all these damn questions? Roll my eyes and just overly annoyed at him. It was just these horrible feelings towards him and him alone. I don't know why, but something told me, Dave, go outside. Get out of this room. Take a breather. I'll tell you right now, and this is the honest truth, the moment I stepped outside, it was a wave of relief. It wasn't until after a few breaths that I realized what I believe may have been either an attack or a ploy from Frederick to get me out of his space, or to separate the group and add tension among them. After collecting my thoughts, I went back inside and immediately seeked out Bob, who in some form apologized for my attitude towards him. In good old Bob fashion, he asked me, for what? He didn't do anything. I'm betting Frederick channeled his feelings through you. He doesn't like people being in his room. So, after shaking hands and agreeing not to go back into Frederick's room, we went back to get more evidence. It was time for Til Death to show Dream Seekers our newest trade skill in Marion's room. Can you show me where you are in this room right now? By going up to one of these balls that are on the floor? I'm right here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So where is right here? Behind.
What are you behind? Or who?
Are you behind TJ?
How many are you?
I'm here. Thank you so much for talking. We're very honored to be here as your guests. Can you give me your name? Actually, if you could, can you show me that you are behind TJ by lighting up that ball behind him? There's a ball right on the floor. All you have to do is go up close to it. It should light up for you. Are you okay with us being in your room? No. Would you like us to leave? get out. Okay. Well, we're not here to do any ill against you or your family. But if you would like us to leave, then we'll go pick out another one. I do thank you for spending the time to talk to us, so thank you.
Who are we speaking with?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Is this Frederick? I don't think Frederick likes us here. We don't mean you no harm.
Hurt?
How are we hurting you? Are we hurting you? You don't have to be afraid of us. Please don't be upset with us. Marion seems to like us here.
This is Marion?
Yeah.
What's your name? You want me to record?
No, yeah, this is not. Okay.
It's still going? Is it still going?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's going on video. I think I stopped it.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Okay. Okay now?
But what Cindy has here is a pendulum. There's no way that you can see it straight up and down.
Look at it shaking.
Yeah.
You don't like us being in here. Can you answer by TJ? Cindy's pendulum? I can't. Well, you're doing pretty good right now. Is this you?
It's not you. Tell us who. He's lying.
So back and forth, there's you Cindy and watch around you guys.
It is, but let me just verify.
Stop the pendulum, please.
Could you please show me what yes means to you? Can you move the pendulum in for a yes?
I didn't do it. Who did?
Can you show me what no means, please, with the pendulum? It is bouncing all over.
And that's back and forth towards you. By the way, I just want to document for you guys your camera. And just did it again. 140.
Look at that, it's jumping like crazy.
See it bouncing.
Who is here with us right now? Is Marion here? Marion, are you here?
The children.
Who's talking to TJ? Oh wow, it's just bouncing.
Well, you gotta do a yes or no.
Yeah, I know.
Me.
Yeah.
See?
Who's me?
Right there.
That's why I want
Yep.
your yes and no.
Yep. Yep.
Well, it's double verification.
Yep.
the children. How old are you? Oh, okay.
4303. I've got, no.
You didn't hear?
I heard. Did somebody open the door real slow?
No, that was that stomach.
No, it sounded. Oh, that was a stomach?
Yeah,
Oh my God. I thought it sounded like a door opening. My God.
Laughter.
We got had that.
That's my laugh.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, that was 81.
Yeah.
No, that's
Do
dropping.
you think he heard us?
I think you heard us. That's where you heard that.
DJ, can you hear us? Look at
Bob.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's here with us right now? Is Chester in this room?
3 of the kids.
Any adults?
Would Raymond be here?
No.
No.
So what are you doing in this bedroom? Are you playing with us? Were you the ones that said get out?
This is saying no.
Is the little girl... Stop the pendulum, please. Is the little girl with us right now? No.
No, that's yes.
Oh, that's yes? Okay.
Yeah. Of course, send you back and forth as well.
That's right.
Now, as you can see, folks, so you cannot manipulate this. Her hand is still as angry.
Everybody else.
Everybody else what?
What we're doing is we're... Yeah, I was feeling hot in here. Sorry. No?
I don't feel bad about that.
I'm not feeling that, like, aggressive. That wasn't a jealous feeling.
Are you happy that we're here tonight?
Thank you.
Fred.
Frederick.
Is Frederick mad that we're here? No.
That was us.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Is Fred here with us? See how this works. You speak to the box. TJ can hear you and tell us what you said.
Here's Frederick. We thought that you really did.
Yeah.
Is there something you'd like to tell us?
We're here to tell your story.
A child just said, I'm telling.
There's the little girl in here with us, too.
Are you the same child that was talking with us in the basement?
Hope you kids know that we left a teddy bear down in the basement.
Have you guys been playing with it?
Can you stop the pendulum, please? Stop it. Thank you.
Is this taking anything out?
Yes.
Well, we're going to have a paranormal hangover tomorrow.
They can.
0.1, just went up.
I put on 11 minutes, 41 seconds. We'll give him 5 minutes.
Little girl, do you want us to go upstairs?
Motion detected as your shot.
Oh, it's probably cats.
Oh,
Cat.
We have a
No,
have
it's
cameras.
probably a raccoon.
Or a raccoon, could be a raccoon.
Oh, that's on the top.
Okay, I'm going to put this away. And thank you for speaking with me. But please continue speaking, PJ. Please? Will you? Show me. Will you continue?
No.
No.
Why not?
Why? Alright. I'm going to put this away. I'll talk
We're going
to
to
you
keep
later.
trying, though.
Okay, thank you.
If Chester's here, I got a question for you. Were you happy that Fred changed the house around?
No.
Take it.
So you're here, Chester?
Yes.